Hello, everyone, and welcome back to TechZulu Live from New Media Expo. I'm your host, Amanda Coulong, and I am sitting here with another person who knows how to act on camera, Monica McCarthy. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thanks so much for having me.
I love the fact that we have two people here that tell other people how to be on camera. What are some tips that you tend to give people, Monica?
Ooh, that's a good one, and that's something I'm actually talking about later today for my session. The biggest thing in general is that whole idea of how to act natural, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what gets people, because speaking on camera is no different than speaking in person. We're just having a conversation.
Exactly.
But that red light goes on and people really freak out.
They really freak out when they see the light.
Yeah, absolutely. And I get it, because there's a certain pressure that comes, right? So what happens is that people start to really think ahead, making sure, am I saying everything, am I doing all that? The best thing that you can do is stay as present as possible. And there are specific techniques you can do for that, of course, but just keeping that in mind and recognizing that it really is about being yourself, having a conversation, and most importantly, listening to the other person.
That I couldn't agree more. People ask me that all the time too. They say, when you're doing these interviews, how are you staying there? And I say, I'm having a conversation. I mean, yes, it is a guided conversation. It's a conversation where I have my goals in mind, and hopefully the other person has their goals in mind, but it's still a conversation. And if you can genuinely relax and listen to what the other person is saying, something is naturally going to come out of that. Even if you're nervous, there will be something that they say that you can then latch onto and respond.
Absolutely. I mean, to sort of piggyback, see, it doesn't matter. You can mess up and you just keep going.
Yeah.
I really recommend people that are interested taking improv classes, really learning how to think on your feet, really learning. Again, a huge part of improv is listening to that, especially if you're interested in interviews. Speaking directly to camera, of course, is slightly different, but we all have our things that we work on, but yeah, definitely listening.
So how did you get in the business of teaching people how to do interviews?
On accident. So my background is in acting. I'm from LA, I was an actress out there, an actress in New York, Broadway, TV, film, whatever. And I had friends that were entrepreneurs and online content creators and authors, and people just keep asking me, oh, you're really comfortable in front of camera, what can you tell me, But they would tell me 2 seconds before they're about to shoot something, And so then it just started turning into the whole, you think about what can I offer the world that people need help with, and I started to realize that was really something that people do need help with, and especially more and more now that everybody's doing videos. And I really realized that I enjoy working with people who aren't actors, who really have a story to share. They're not comfortable sharing it on camera yet, but I do believe everybody can. And so that was sort of how it progressed. And then from there, I really wanted to be able to help people be able to share those stories if they don't have production values at home. So I started a boutique production company in New York City to help with that. So I do both. I'll do the consulting for people who want to do it themselves or whatnot, and then also if they want to have a professional team come and do it.
I think that's such a great idea, and especially because video is a wonderful platform. You can do podcasting and hear someone's voice, and there's beauty in that because you can kind of create the story in your mind. But it's so different also when you're on camera and you're animated and it's you, and there's so much you can do with that. And there are a lot of people out there that need help.
Absolutely.
A lot of people that need help, and I don't mean that in a bad way. No. Because everyone can pick up a camera. Everyone can be a content creator now, but not everyone can do it with that oomph. Not everyone knows how to do it in a way that stays focused, or that, quite frankly, to your point, you're saying, tells the story. So let's kind of get into that a little bit, because you also do quite a bit as it relates specifically to storytelling.
Absolutely. I mean, it all comes down to that, right? It's the same thing whether you're writing, whether you're creating a film, whether, it's all about what is the story that you're trying to tell and to share. And most importantly, how does it affect the audience? It really isn't about you. And that's another thing that I think comes up with, especially with on-camera stuff, is that it feels intimidating because the camera's focused, especially if you're just doing a direct-to-camera.
There's this thing that's staring at me right now.
Exactly. Everybody's judging me. But it really isn't about me. It's about them. It's about making sure that you connect with them, making sure that your story connects with them, and that's why video is so powerful. To me, it's the most powerful tool we have for storytelling, aside from in-person experience, because the camera sees all, like you're talking about. You can learn in 10 seconds more about whether you resonate with that company, with that brand, with their story than you can in 10 pages of blog posts oftentimes. So I do really believe strongly in that, and that should be always a purpose, right? It's not just about hey, look at me on camera. You have a story to share and a reason for being there.
Is my nose powdered?
Exactly. I mean, and that's all part of it, of course. But at the end of the day, what matters the most is telling an effective story.
And I think the other amazing piece of this too is, especially with everyone being able to pick up any sort of a camera, it's the production quality doesn't have to be up here, as long as the story is coming across effectively and you're being, I hate this term, but authentic. If you're just being you, if you care about what you're talking about, it really does shine through on a camera.
Absolutely, and that's actually something I talk about. I have an online product course that I have, and I talk about that because a lot of people see some of these more professional videos and they think, well, that's what I have to have. And that's absolutely not true. And the worst is when they think they have to have it and shoot it themselves, because the learning curve for that is massive. I know, I'm the same as you. You've got these wonderful guys who are so knowledgeable helping out. Like, people don't see all that's involved in this, you know.
You don't see what's behind the cameras right now, and it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, he's pretty good looking. I mean, I like to shoot, shout out, my, you know, even when I love to travel, and I like to actually shoot on my iPhone. It's HD. Yeah. You know, it's not National Geographic quality, but, you know, you can put some music, some fun editing together, and you can actually have something really quality. And, you know, again, like you said, it really is about the content. So, you know, you don't have to worry about all of that stuff. I mean, if you have the means to do it, but first, you really do want to get good at the content. And it's much more intimidating if you know you've just invested thousands of dollars for something and you get it back and you don't like it because you don't like how you come across on camera.
It's pretty empowering when you can do some of this yourself. Not all of it, but some of it. Some of it. Well, Monica, if people want to learn more about your consulting business, where do they go?
Showandtellstories.com. I'm also on Twitter. I love to say hello on @MissMcCarthy, or Facebook, Show and Tell Stories.
Great. Well, we will definitely be in touch more, I think. We have quite a bit in common over here, but we'll do that off camera. Thanks so much, Monica.